It's just iconic.
Yeah.
And I almost would say you're not a Volvo person unless you own one.
True. True.
You know, I've just had the misfortune of owning one which had a lot of problems. Then I had to get rid of it. But the time when I do get my hands on one, then I think I'm going to keep it forever. There's a bit of a catch as well because the one that I actually want to do, I'm a modifying person,
Yeah.
but I actually want to get a C70, the
Wow.
old shape,
Yeah.
and then 850 it in front.
Yeah.
So I want to put the 850 front on. Basically, I want to basically have a two-door 850. That
Yeah.
is all that I can say.
Wow.
So once I can achieve that, I think I'll be able to keep it forever.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Guys, I think we're waiting to see more coming to the build. Tony's gonna share a lot of interesting things with us. And in your experience,
Mm.
what problems do most Volvo customers that comes to you complain about?
Most guys come with performance issues, but the biggest thing that I've seen out there is with the mechanical side is it's not easy to do timing on a Volvo if you don't know it.
Whoa.
So I would say the most of the cars that come, obviously clients that's new, is a car that's maybe just been repaired. Sometimes it goes in there working fine. Then it's supposed to go for like a normal timing belt change or whatever. Then after that, the car's not performing and things are just not happening. And then when we do check, we find that it's a timing issue. I won't say timing of Volvo is difficult.
Yeah.
All I'll say is if you don't know it, you don't know it.
All right.
Yeah, if you know it, you know it. If you don't, you don't. So I've seen a lot of cars that do come in, it's timing based, or even performance based. Sometimes there's, I think before I was doing Volvos, what I found complicated was the routing of, let's say, the vacuum pipes, the all the other detail, or the setting of, let's say, just setting a turbo, for example.
Yeah.
That is what I found difficult. And I remember the first Volvo I was supposed to fix, I actually recommended that that guy gets a different car. And
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
But I was being honest at the time because I didn't know the car. And now that I see the guy, he comes here once in a while. He doesn't own a Volvo, but
Okay.
he like sometimes comes to visit. And he's always like, do you remember that you made me lose a very nice Volvo because
Yeah.
you didn't know anything about it? And I said, you know what? At the time I didn't know about it, but I had to be honest. And if I hadn't been honest, maybe your first Volvo experience was going to be, a big flop, and you're going to hate the cars from there.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's good to be honest. I mean, if you know something, you do. If you don't, you don't.
That's true, because
Yeah.
I believe that's most mistakes that people make,
Mm,
because you find someone buys a Volvo, like you mentioned,
mm,
the mechanic that you work with
yeah.
doesn't understand the Volvo and is making mistakes and other things that will cause problem in the future. And then
Mm,
now we say Volvo is troublesome. You
yes.
see,
You see.
yeah. So
Where it's not troublesome, it's
yeah,
just a matter of, if you've got the knowledge, you've got the knowledge.
yeah.
And sometimes, as I say, it's something small that guys will think, you know what, this is the worst problem with my car. And then when it comes, you're like, okay, it's like a 2 minutes thing or whatever. So it's always best to have someone who's well versed with the car.
It's true.
Yeah.
And let me ask you this.
Mm.
Volvo introduced a 5-cylinder engine. We know Porsche was involved there, and now there's a 4-cylinder engine.
Mm.
Which one will you go for?
It depends.
Mm.
It depends. Personally, I'm a 5-cylinder person.
Yeah.
I prefer the 5-cylinder sound to even the 6-cylinder sound.
Whoa.
Yeah, no. When with the cars that I do and I play around with them with exhaust and whatever, that 5-cylinder growl for me is it sounds more, I won't say aggressive. It sounds more raw.
Yeah, yeah, baby V10.
Yeah, it's yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You know,
yeah.
it's got that rawness to it that surpasses the 6 cylinder. In fact, the one of my cars, almost everywhere I used to stop, the guys would be like, "Did you do a V8 conversion on this thing?" You know, but
Yeah.
it's I'm more a 5 cylinder person. But that being said, remember it's also your 4 cylinders. You do get 4 cylinders that put a punch, but they are less on consumption. That first experience of mine was a S40T4 4 cylinder,
Huh?
and it was very potent. Very, I mean, it competes with 5 cylinders any day, but the consumption was obviously much less. So, depending on the 5 cylinders are also practical for everyday use, you know.
Yeah.
But some people prefer 4, some people prefer 5. I personally go for 5 cylinders, whether on the diesel or the petrol.
Mm.
Yeah.
So in terms of durability, which